Right now, we are getting some perspective and insight on the increasing violence we're seeing on Bay Area streets from those who are in the streets. We're talking to first responders, but not the ones you may be thinking of.
Yeah, these are people working on the ground in the community to prevent crime. It's part of our ongoing series, Race in America. We are committed to having honest and uncomfortable conversations around race and racism. Here's our own Marcus Washington and Monte Poole from our sister station, NBC Sports Bay Area.
They know the streets. They're on the front line every day, fighting and working for the community. Eddie Zhang, formerly incarcerated, is the founder of Oakland's New Breath Foundation, which supports people impacted by mass incarceration, deportation, and violence. Guy Hudson is a crisis manager for Street Violence Intervention Program in San Francisco's Bayview Hunters Point. And Drew Jenkins, who grew up in the city's Sunnydale projects, is executive director of J&J Community Resource Center.
You speak the language of being able to be over an organization and represent an organization, but you also speak a language of the streets where people understand you and respect you.
It's a word called code switch. You have to code switch. I know how to go downtown like you are right now and go to City Hall and have a suit and a tie on and talk to them, but I can't go to Harbor Road and talk to them the same way I'm talking to them downtown.
And because of who we are, we kind of can feel the energy from the people that we deal with. If one of our young people are mad, he might put his head down because he about to do something that we know, because he don't want us to try to stop him. And then there's times where we might get a call. You know, as if we don't pick up is when, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I plan to do. But if they call us and we get them on the phone and we're able to talk to them for a little while, then that's when, we're able to change the dynamics of like somebody's life.
I'm the president and founder of the New Breath Foundation, but on the other end too, it's like I was locked up for 21 years of my life.
At the age of 16, I committed a crime of home invasion robbery. I was the youngest prisoner in San Quentin's maximum security prison.
And it was inside the prison system that when I was able to really learn how to survive first, right, physically, and then to be able to understand that in order for me to gain my physical freedom, I had to invest in this critical thinking education, right? What I always call, the acronym is called the CHI, right? Which is culture, history, identity. That's how I'm able to build relationship with them.
What I've learned, at least in my own interaction, is that a lot of these kids have been disappointed by so many people along the way that there is this resentment, this anger, and sometimes distrust. And so how do you guys get through that barrier of distrust besides, letting them know who you are?
Eddie was saying something that just triggered me is about relationships. Really, like Eddie was just telling a story about like an Asian family that was in Double Rock, and they had to put gates on their house and was scared to come outside and everything else. And Eddie called me one day, and I met the lady. There's poodles out there, there's pit bulls out there. So the poodles was messing with the neighbors, and I had to get to the pit bulls to get to the poodles to stop messing with this Asian family. But it built a relationship with them, and they can come outside and they can trust me.
A lot of these kids who are poodles, if you will, don't have an outlet, a place to go, things to do. So what do? They find other things that typically lead them down the wrong direction.
Well, one of the things that we do is get them into places where they can open up. So we have started taking, going out to Pismo Beach. You get on the beach and then you don't see nothing but 1,900 acres of straight sand dunes. And then you look to the right and you don't see nothing but water, and it goes further than the eye can see. That's the time where I hit them with the conversation that they never, that I couldn't talk to them about inside the hood. And it was like a reboot. But even when we came back, you had like 2 or 3 days before they start acting up again, but you did have that time, and they are thinking.
I think that's where the consistency of Drew and Guy and all the other folks who's doing violence prevention work is like really being there for them whenever they need it. All those positive stories, all those success stories are not in the newspaper or on the media. And then when this crime happens, when violence happens, then it blows out of proportion and not really accounting for the failure of the school system, the whole employment, the housing issues. It's one thing that we always ask to take responsibility for our actions, but then the system who asks us to do that don't take responsibility for their actions themselves.
Some of the kids don't seem to really value their life, or not to mention the lives of other people. And some of this bleeds into the gun culture and results is, people sometimes are too quick to pull a gun. How do you guys deal with that element?
2004, October 31st, this will be 18 years for me. I got shot with an AK-47 4 times, got shot at 19 times. While I was on the bed, coming out of it, one of the hardest decisions that I had to make is to tell my youngsters, don't go do nothing. Mentally, you done took everything from me. So the way we were raised is to retaliate immediately. Go get them. Whoever did it, I don't even want to go do whatever you got to do. But I can't be sending a message to my youngsters, stop, put these guns down, and then I turn around and I get shot, and then I'm sending them back out in the street. I'm the protector of my kids, my mother, all the community.
It's people like Drew, me. I'm just saying me, because it makes me feel good, and there's a lot of African-American men across the whole country. It's changing youngsters' lives every day. Sometimes you don't win wars, but you can win battles. Like 5 of us right now, it's 10 of us in this room. Somebody might can talk, it changed one person's life in that room. You really did something. The other 9 might not. But if you change 1 out that 10, you did something.
Hearing it from people who have been there. Watch part 2 of the conversation tomorrow on NBC Bay Area News at 5:30. And you can watch past episodes of our Race in America series and segments right there on our website. Just go to NBCBayArea.com/Race in America.